Example 2a. We have here the quantity of y minus 3 squared is equal to 4. To solve, we're going to take the square root to both sides, and we have y minus 3 is equal to plus or minus. Now we're going to take the square root of 4, and that is 2. Now to solve for y, we're going to add 3. Now this 3 that we add to both sides, or anytime after we write the plus or minus and whatever it is equal to, and if needed we need to bring over some terms, you want to place that number in front of the plus or minus sign. So now we have y is equal to 3 plus or minus 2. So plus or minus meaning we have two solutions. Here's our first solution. Y is equal to 3 plus 2. That gives us 5. Or y is equal to 3 minus 2, and that gives us 1. And our solution, 5 and 1. Letter B. We have here x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. Using the square root property, we're going to subtract 4 to both sides. To solve, using the square root property to solve this equation, so we have x squared is equal to negative 4. To solve for x, using the square root property, we're going to take the square root. We have x is equal to plus or minus. Now let's talk about the square root of negative 4. Now that we've completed the complex numbers, we are able to take the square root of a negative number. And remember, the square root of a negative number, and we're going to take out the negative 1 factor. And remember, I is equal to the square root of negative 1. Meaning we're going to take the square root of negative 1, which is I, and the square root of 4, that is 2. So our solution is plus or minus 2i. Letter C. We have here 3p squared plus 36 is equal to 0. We're going to isolate the square root, the power of 2 by subtracting 36 to both sides. We have 3p is equal to negative 36. Then divide by 3. We have p is equal to negative, and we want to divide this. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. We have negative, and this is p squared. I'm sorry, you probably noticed that. So we have p squared is equal to negative 12. Take the square root to both sides, and we have p is equal to plus or minus. Think of the square root of negative 12. We have negative 1. Factors of 12, one of its factors has a perfect square. We have 4, that's the perfect square, and 3. Take the square root of negative 1, that is I. Take the square root of 4, that is 2. So our solution is p is equal to plus or minus 2i radical 3. Okay. And then our last example, letter D, we have here the quantity of x plus 10 squared is equal to 11. Let's solve. We're going to take the square root to both sides, and we have x plus 10 is equal to plus or minus. Now we think of the square root of 11. There are no factors that we can factor out or that are perfect squares, so we have plus or minus the square root of 11. Then we're going to subtract 10 to both sides so we can solve for x. And here's our solution. X is equal to negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 11.